All right. Good afternoon, traders, and confirm if you can hear me. So I'm checking my mic and the sound. If you can hear me, type loud and clear as we're waiting for the others to join. If you can hear me, type loud and clear. And if you're watching with your phone, just click the settings icon at the top right and change the resolution to higher picture quality so that you can get a better view of our section today. You're welcome once again. You're welcome. If you were here yesterday, type active in the comments because this particular section started off yesterday. And then for those of you wondering why I am live on Sunday and trading, it is for you to understand that my broker Vantage has introduced weekend gold trading. And I joined the weekend gold trading competition. So I was live yesterday and we were able to interact, trade together, and so on. So I'm here again, same time, 12 p.m. So I want to know those that were here with me yesterday. If you were here yesterday, type active in the comment. Okay, you're welcome. And for those of you seeing me for the first time, I'm Happiness Hansen and I've been trading for 6 years plus. So today we're going to be looking at the chart together and taking some entries, sticking strictly to my strategy. I mean, my broker have seen how I trade and how I also encourage, the traders around me, those in my community, to trade and stick to their rules. So they were more like, okay, come and stream live and show us how you trade. Let's see if you indeed stick to your rules. And then it's a trading competition. So and at the end of the day, the person with the highest profit wins. But have it in mind that you can also stand a chance to win something for yourself because you, the viewers, you cannot just be watching without participating. So if you check at the top of my screen, you will notice that I have a QR code there. So quickly scan the QR code there. As we're waiting for the others to join, for those of you that joined early, so quickly scan the QR code there to register for this particular gold trading competition. Let me show you what you will stand the chance to win. Now, you can see that we are looking forward to getting 10 winners. You get the point? So we have a total prize pool of $100,000. So the first position or the first person to win this gold trading competition, if you are ranked the first, you are going to be going home with a cash prize of $50,000. And then if you are ranked the second, you are going to be going home with a cash prize of $20,000. Then if you are ranked the third, you have $16,000. And then if you are within 4th to 10th, you will have $2,000 each. So you can also win something for yourself. So you will not just watch, but you can also stand the chance to win something for yourself. So scan the QR code quickly to register for the competition so that we can trade together. All right. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? Beautiful. All right, so let's get started to break it down. So yesterday we tried catching some trades, but for the pending order we placed together, I mean, price has just been so scared of getting into my point of interest. So I don't really know why, and it's pushing up. Our bias is still very right because gold is bullish. For those of you asking how much, or let me quickly give you guys the competition rule so that you know how to participate. So have in mind that once you scan the QR code at the top, you will register for the trading competition. So the minimum deposit is $100, and then like I said, ranking is based on the person that will finish with the highest profits at the end of the a competition. So I believe you can also stand a chance to win something for yourself. We have 10 winners, so you should at least be part of the 10 winners if that's possible. But then with the way price is treating my point of interest, I mean, for me, I've not even been able to take, a very good trade, so far. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So yesterday we were able to take some trades. We tried to catch a buy from 1 minute time frame. Which didn't go as planned, and when the section ended, I tried to catch a quick sell, a correctional move. Thinking the price will come to my zone. Dished out a little profit, but at the end of the day, stopped me out. So let me show you guys my account size. You can see I started off this competition with $5,000, but I'm currently down around $200 right here. So my account is around 4,800. So let's see if we're gonna catch good setups together today. Okay, so let's see how it goes. You guys can hear me, right? Someone is asking, when is the competition? It's ongoing right now. Like, we are currently trading, but you can also stand the chance. So you can scan the code. I mean, the link was also attached to that of yesterday, and I believe some persons were also able to get in. But I had to put this QR code now so that it will be easier for you. So all you just need to do is scan with your camera, and then you will get started. You will get started. Okay. My own account, I'm even in drawdown. But let's see how today will go. Let's see how today will go. Someone is asking, how much have you made so far? I mean, I've not made anything, no. But let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's get started. Let's break down gold. Let's break down what we have on XAUUSD. For those of you that are just joining, check the link or see the QR code. And if you're wondering why my own gold chart is open, it's because I'm trading with Vantage, and Vantage has introduced weekend gold trading. So make sure you also sign up and get your own account so that you will enjoy this with me. Okay, let's get started by doing our top-down analysis together. And the trading platform I'm currently using, this trading interface right now, this is also Vantage trading platform. For those of you that joined yesterday, I was able to give you a proper guide on how to use this particular trading platform. It is something we are used to. So from here, you can see list of the currencies you want to trade. Currently, I am trading XAUUSD247. Okay, and if you check here, we also have crypto trading indices, forex, metals, and so on. So here, this is where you will get list of the commodities you want to trade. And this is actually the chart interface where you do your analysis. So this is more like everything all in one. So you don't need to be jumping from one app to another. You just need to focus on just one app. You get the pairs you want to trade. You also do your analysis, and then once you get whatever buyers you are looking out for, you can take an instant execution. You can see this particular button right here. We have the sell button and we have the buy button. So if you want to take an instant execution, an instant sell, you just click this, impute your lot size, and then if you also want to take an instant buy, you click this to and impute your lot size. For the buy limit, because following my strategy, I'm more of a limit trader. I use more of my pending orders because sometimes I'm not always glued to the chart. So all I just need to do is, map out my setups and position and go handle other things. You get the point? But if you want to use this column, you can see that we also have an instant execution right here. So it's either you use this for your instant execution, or you can also come here and click buy or sell, that is sell and buy. And then we also have the limit order right here. So you impute your price, you type in your lot size, and then you put in your take profit and stop loss, and then you execute your trade. So today, let's see what the market has for us. I mean, if you check here, I still have one pending order right here, and price is yet to come to my zone. So I will wait, or I will end up canceling the order because it's looking as if price is very far from my zone. But let's get to break down the chart together. So looking at XAUUSD from the daily time frame, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but let me ask, I just want to make sure that we're going to have a uniform answer in the comments. What is the trend? What is the trend? What is the trend? Okay. Someone is asking, how can I scan the code? Just use your camera. Just place a camera on the code and it will redirect you to where you join the Go trading competition. So you don't miss out. We have a cash prize, $100,000 cash prize. So like I said, we have 10 winners we're looking out for. So you can stand a chance to win something for yourself. I mean, like I said, I want to have a uniform answer in the comment. What is the trend? What is the trend? Because it is obvious. It is obvious, guys. So what is the trend? Good. Good, good, good. Okay. So we are bullish. It is clear. It is clear. All right. So let's get to break down the charts together. I mean, from all indications, you can see that price is pushing up. And when you're trying to read the market structure, you focus on the current move. I know it is good to look back in time to check what has happened. But then if you are serious about making money, you need to focus on what is happening currently. You get the point? So now let's break down together. I mean, we got this key zone. It is pretty obvious. Ever since price got to this key zone, it introduced the buyers, and we have this push up right here. So I'm going to be mapping out all the visible breakout structures that the buyers created. So we have a breakout structure right here, and let's count this. We also have a breakout structure right here. Okay, so now from the daily time frame, it is obvious that we are what's bullish. And then another key zone that price may be targeting will be here or maybe here, because I can see a tiny breakout structure to the downside right here. Okay. If you are finding it difficult to scan the code, let's say you are already watching this particular live with your phone and you don't have access to another phone to just scan and sign up, the link is attached to the description. So check the description. You also see the link where you will register. So you can just click the link and register. You get the point. Okay. So let's move to 4-hour time frame and continue to break down the chart. Okay. All right. So I want to be sure who has scanned the code so that I will know that the code is working. I mean, I tried it out before I put it out there. If you've scanned the code, type yes in the comment so that I'll be sure it's working. Okay. If you've scanned the code, type yes in the comment. Okay, I can see yes in the comment, so that simply means the code is working. So just snap it. So let's proceed so the market will not leave us and run away. Okay, although no pressure at all. All right, so now we also have a breakout structure here from 4-hour time frame, and now this particular breakout structure, we have this key zone right here, and we also have, I can see this particular key zone that price is reacting to. So we'll move to 1-hour time frame. Now we have this point right here. Someone is asking in the comment, is this trading view? This is Vantage trading platform. So this is it. This is Vantage trading platform. That is where I am doing my analysis from. Okay. So once you are trading with Vantage, it's either you trade from this platform, you will have the app. It's either you trade from the web trader, or you can also download the app, to use it. Okay. So now from 1 hour time frame, I can see another record structure right here. That's VOS. Okay. And now let's move to 30 minutes. We can see this particular origin is very far, so we cannot say we are waiting for the market here, because I don't think it's gonna come here. So this one will be pending because price is very, very far. So our focus should be on what the market is doing currently. So now from here, we can map this out as a key zone because there is no clear order block right there. So let's move straight to our entry time frame. Okay. Now from our entry time frame, we also have this key zone which price tapped into. And yesterday we focused more on this internal structure here, waiting for price to get into this particular zone after giving us this internal breakout structure. And so we were actually waiting for price here. You can see price was almost there, but it didn't tap in, so it is still kind of pending. And as the market was moving, even after the live section ended, I also noticed another origin that I also positioned for, but price is just so scared of getting into my zone. You can also see what happened here. So I just feel like the FVG traders are just the ones packing out funds right now. I mean, you can see how price tapped into fair value gap and, pushed to the upside right here. Okay. And now we are still very bullish. So before I map out the next thing I will be doing on this chart, or the next thing I'll be positioning for, let me ask you guys, we've been able to break down the trend starting from the higher time frame, and we are all in agreement that the market is what's bullish. So now looking at our entry time frame, if you have this in front of you, what is the next line of action you will be taking? What will you be positioning for? What will you be positioning for? What will you be positioning for? So I need your answers before I proceed. If you have this, we are currently looking at our entry time frame now. So the only thing we are looking for is point of interest. Where are we most likely, going to position for a trade? So what will you be waiting for? Okay, I can see a buy limit. I need someone that can just break it down for me. Just tell me what you will do and I will present it on this chart. I just need someone that will just explain, this is what I'll be waiting for from this chart. I have a breakout structure here. I have this. I'm going to give you guys just few minutes for that. Because when I'm trying to trade, I want to make sure that everyone, you're actually understanding what I'm doing, and you can go to your own chart and replicate same. So what will you be positioning for? I think the buyers are more in the comments. I'm seeing I'll buy here and there. So I want to know why. Because as we are looking at this chart, it is obvious that we have a lot of point of interest for a buy. But now, which one will you be going for? Which one will you be going for? From the chart, we have a lot of point of interest here and there. So which one will you be going for? Okay. Someone said the OB that cost. We have something in the comment. They said the OB that caused the BOS is where we'll place our, but which BOS? Which BOS? Which BOS? Which BOS? We have a lot of breakup structures. That's why I decided to pause here because we have a lot of things. I can also see those saying that they will position for a sell. Why? Okay. Someone said, I will go for the breaker block. Interesting. Okay. Now what do we have here? Someone said the closest demand hasn't been mitigated fully. That's where I will place my buy limits. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So if we are following through what he has stated, I mean, this should be the closest demand right here. This one. So let me know if this is the one you are referring to. Okay. So I have a few more minutes to check the comments to know what you'll be positioning for. Someone said the OB you marked present, FVG present, liquidity present. Oh, so you'll be waiting for price here. Interesting, interesting. You'll be waiting for price here. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Another person says second to the last break of structure. Okay. Okay. So let's check out for a few more answers. Positioning for a sell. This one is totally different from what everyone is stating in the comments. Say positioning for a sell. There is a sell order block at the top, which had not been mitigated. Let's go find that. Where is the sell order block? Okay, so if you're looking to position for a sell, I believe this is the other block you are referring to. Okay, there's still possibility price can get here. I mean, we have another block here, and then we have key zone right here. I have key zone right here. Okay, that is possible. That is still a very nice analysis, but this will give us a correctional move. Beautiful. Okay, I've seen all your answers in the comment, and now that is for you to understand, you know, what trading is all about. We are looking at the same chart, but there are different buyers here and there. And that does not mean, that, you know, some persons are wrong and some persons are right. Anybody can be right. You get the point? Anybody can be right. Both the person positioning for a sell and the person positioning for a buy. You know what makes you a good trader is the money you make with your strategy, the buyers you always work with, and the rest. So it is not compulsory that we must see the same thing. What matters is, are you making money with whatever you are seeing on the chart? Do you have reasons with do you have reasons for whatever you do on the chat? Because from the comment, I can see a lot of persons with their different bias here and there. You get the point? Okay. So let me show you guys what I'll be positioning for. I mean, someone stated that they will be waiting for price here. With the current movement I have, waiting for price here is not bad because we have all the confluences. Everything is intact. Our order block is here, fair value gap, which price mitigated and, you know, dished out this full movement is there. But if I'm waiting for price here, I just feel like price is very far from this point. So this particular order block will be what? Pending. Now I have another break of structure right here. I have another break of structure right here. And if you check this particular break of structure, you can see price came back into the origin, not the other block, the origin generally, and pushed up. And now what do we have? Another break of structure right here. So I noticed this particular movement. You know, I saw this surge this morning and I was actually waiting for price somewhere around here. But you can see where price reacted from this particular candle. So this move, it is not looking back. So that simply means we are most likely going to be checking out this correctional entry to know whether we'll get confirmation to get a retracement. Now, I have another question. Why did price react here and not here? Because I know all of us, including me, will be waiting for price here. I mean, I was literally waiting for price here this morning, but then when price played out from here, I had to look at the chart again and I figured out why. But before I tell you guys why, can you point it out yourself? Why did price react from this point? Why did we get this reaction from this point? Someone said that because that's the last candle that caused the break of structure. I mean, that is it. That is it. No long talks. No long talks. And another person is stating that there is a breaker block there. Interesting. So let me tell you, following our strategy now, this is actually when price pushed up from here. I was wondering why. Why didn't it just come down to this point so that I would join? And then looking at it, you can see this is the break of structure we are working with. And now this break of structure, where is the last candlestick? Because when we are mapping out our order block, we consider the last candlestick before what? The impulsive move. Now, where I positioned, yes, this is actually an extreme key zone and price can come back here and react. But then, is it the last candle before the impulsive move? No. So here now, from this particular order, because we are bullish and the momentum is very strong, so the buyers are just pushing and pushing. So sometimes this happens when the momentum is very high, so price will just tap into the most recent candle that caused the most recent break of structure and just be moving. And that's exactly what happened here. You can see this particular candle was the last candlestick reaction before this move. And if you check this move, this was actually the candle that gave us the break of structure. And that's why price tapped in here. So I'm going to leave this one pending. That does not mean this particular zone is no longer valid. It is valid, but considering where the market is at right now, we cannot say we are waiting for it here. We're going to wait for a long time and nothing will happen. But then if price should start retracing, this is still another very nice point of interest. So we're going to leave this one pending and focus on the current structure. Now we have this break of structure right here. So with this break of structure right here, I will be waiting for price to come into this particular origin for another buy. And someone pointed this particular supply zone for us right here. So if price should continue to push to the upside and get to this point, then I will be looking to drop gold if I get the correctional move. But let's go check 5-minute structure. Okay, now from 5-minute structure, you can see we are also waiting for the same thing. No new break of structure to the upside. So let's see how it goes. And currently this is where price is reacting to. So it's either it pushes up to this point or it will retrace to this point, because we have more like a key zone here. And I don't take trades of supply, that is support and resistance level. But funny enough, all this while, that is what the market has been, respecting a little bit. Price is just running away from my own setups here and there, starting from this point. And inside this zone, for the particular setup that put my account in drawdown, I mean, I tried to sell, somewhere around here yesterday from the confirmation we got, that is from 5 minutes time frame. But it was doing well, and then at the end of the day, it just stopped me out. But let's see how it goes. For today. Let's see if we'll catch something together And I can still say in the comment that most of you are still asking, how can I join the conversation? You can see the QR code on top, scan it and get access. Okay. All right. So I have another question for you. Someone saying, why did you mark the origin? I was expecting that question. Now, this particular origin right here, this one has been mitigated. So this one that caused this particular record structure. So if you check, this is where the other block is. And then if we are sticking strictly to what the last candle before the impulsive move, it is this one. So I will consider all these things if price should start dropping. Now it's just giving us this long movement. So if we even want to stick strictly to the other block candle that caused, the break of structure, it will be this one here. So extending it is covering all the origins right here. So that's why I'm kind of waiting for it right here. But let's see, the market is not looking back, it's just tilting to the upside. And there's no need to jump in now, because I know most of you, once you see this type of movement, you will be more like, okay, the market is moving, I need to jump in. What I like is that our bias currently is right, because we are bullish. The sellers, the buyers are not giving the sellers chance to even get in. So that simply means we just need a very clean point of interest for a buy and we'll get in. So checking this particular setup we have here. Checking this particular setup. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see your screen? Okay. All right, checking this particular setup we have here. Do we have all our confluences intact? Do we have all our confluences intact? You guys should look at it. What will you rate this trade? What will you rate this? A plus setup. I see yes, I see no. Okay. And now what will you rate this? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 100. Let's do 1 to 100. Someone is saying no, liquidity is absent. Liquidity is not there. No liquidity. Someone says 6 over 10. Someone says not an A plus setup. I saw something funny because I said B plus, B plus setup. Oh my god. Okay, 50 over 100. Someone says 70 over 100. I mean, if you are rating 70 over 100, that simply means everything you need to take this trade is intact, because you already know that if I'm giving a trade 70 over 100, that is an A plus setup for me. Okay. So which one? Expecting liquidity to show. Okay, so I can see all of you are pointing out liquidity is not there, liquidity is not there. Let's check what it looks like from 5 minutes. Now, looking at it from 5 minutes, are all our confluences intact? I mean, we looked at it from 15-minute structure. We'll still go back to 15-minute structure. But now from 5 minutes, all our confluences, are they intact from 5 minutes? Looking at 5-minute structure, do we have all our confluences intact? Someone said that OB in the demand zone is where we should wait for. Okay. From 5 minutes, do we have everything intact? Someone is saying 5 minutes liquidity is not a valid one. Okay. Okay. So I can see you guys agree with me from 5 minutes, but then we got the structure from 15 minutes. We got the structure from 15 minutes. All right. So now, as we are looking at this, I want to show you guys another thing, because I'm just seeing another thing currently. Now we have gotten a general breakout structure right here. So let's see if we have possible entry. We have a general breakout structure right here, and from this general breakout structure we have, it's more like a continuation entry. So we have this key zone. All right, looking at it from 5 minutes. So guys, from 5 minutes we have also a tiny breakout structure right here. So I think there is an instant execution for us right here, more like a buy from this point. And then I'm gonna put stop loss somewhere here. So let me place a buy before we continue. Let's see what this trade will do for us. So let's go for a buy right here. Let's go for a buy right here. And then we'll target this, let's take let's move our take profit somewhere here. And so you can see once you take an instant execution using this tool, if you're using Vantage, you will be able to modify your trades by just clicking on your position, and you will see points for stop loss and points for take profit. You're not dragging. So for stop loss, we're going to leave stop loss somewhere here. So let's see. I know most of you might be wondering, why is this one taking a buy from there? Okay, then we're moving. So let's see. Wait for it here. So we are currently working with this particular order block. So let's see. Our trade is currently up in a little profit. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I know most of you, as you have seen this profit now, you rush and close. I still feel like it will still push up. I mean, as we were trying to figure out what we had there, I noticed the break, so I didn't want to allow that setup run away because it was an obvious setup, clearing the most recent breakout structure. Okay. Okay. So let's see where this trade will take us to. Currently up around $24. Okay. So let's see. I mean, I'm meant to be risking around $500 on this trade, but the leverage on this, my particular account, I did not increase it, so it's kind of low. So that's why I may most likely be risking maybe just what I'm willing to risk divided into two. So let's see how it goes. We've seen this particular breakout structure right here. So even if the market is trying to retrace, it's going to, this is another point that will save our trade. Okay, so as we have that trade running, let's go back to our question right here. Okay, so now from 15 minutes, this origin we have below, you can see price is far from our entry, but it can still be valid. But now let's allow our trade run. Let's see how it goes. Focusing on this one, I mean, I'll still ask you guys questions on this particular trade I was able to take, because I know most of you may be wondering, how did she take that trade? What did she see? I'll ask you guys later. Let me know if there are some persons that were able to notice what I saw immediately and what warranted that this particular entry. Okay, but before we go into that, now looking at this particular setup right here, do we have all our confluences intact now? Do we have all our confluences intact? Looking at this particular setup right here. looking at what is happening currently, do we have all our confluences intact? Do you think it's present right now? Okay. Do you think it's present right now? Someone is shouting no in the comment section with all alacrity. It is not there. It is not there. Oh, I believe this person just joined. They said, I watched yesterday's videos, but what about the pending order? Price did not get to our entry. It's pushing up without us. But today, I mean, we've been able to get an instant execution. Let's see if it will give us. We are halfway to TP though. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So for those of you that are saying all the confluences are not intact, what are you going to call this weak rejection right here now? What should we call this? This weak rejection right here, what should we call this? What should we? Someone is already asking, should we break even? I mean, if you think you have reasons to break even, you can go ahead and do that. Let me check this structure from 1 minute. Okay. So 1 minute is still moving. Our trade is currently up around $32. If you want to break even, you can break even now. But I'm still watching. Halfway to TP is enough, reasons to break even though. So if you're still using the platform, it's just you can move your stop loss like this into break even, right? Or you can modify from your own end. But I'm still watching. Let's see how it goes. Okay. All right. So now looking at this particular entry we are in on, now I must tell you guys the truth. For you to be able to catch this particular entry, you must be very, very observant. For you to be able to catch this particular entry that we are in on, you must be very, very observant. So before I explain what I saw, can someone tell me why I am in on this particular trade? Okay, you can break even now. You can break even now. I mean, the trade is moving nicely. So if you are in currently on this trade with me, you can break even. You can break even right now. So I'm gonna put stop loss somewhere here. So I've moved my stop loss into break even. So you can do that. So can someone explain why I took this trade? Anyone? Can you explain why I took this trade? Now, if you're also wondering why I'm telling you guys to break even, this is a continuation entry. This is a continuation entry. So if price is trying to come back, we may most likely see price getting into the zone and continue to the upside like this. So if you should get into this zone, I will be taking another buy. Or this is a continuation entry. So let's see how it goes. But I want to know those that are observant. Why did I get into this trade? Someone is saying breaker block. I mean, if we work with breaker block, that can also, but I want someone that will answer based off how I trade. I mean, breaker block is also, a very nice reason. So, but if we are working with breaker block, then we still need, price, we joined the breakout immediately. I get the point. Break even because price is around this fair value gap because from what I've noticed, the market has just been reacting solely, to fair value gaps. So I just don't want this fair value gap to, give us that drop. It's already coming in right here. So put your break even just a little bit in profit right here. Okay. But I need someone to give me reasons for this entry that I took. What reason do you have? Okay. I want to know those that were able to see the same thing with me. I'll take out this zone. Okay, I'm seeing something. Someone said, you took the trade because on the 15 minutes time frame, there was a break of structure and price stopped on the other block. Then you took long. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Someone is saying liquidity sweep. That is very far from it. Liquidity from where? That is far from it. I mean, the first answer I read is, kind of reasonable. So if you want to break even, just move into this black line right here. I mean, if I get price into that zone, because this is a long entry and there is a continuation entry. So if price still wants to push to the upside, it will be to react to this point and continue the movement. If it does not, I will just, my trade may most likely close out of break even. Someone say, why are you taking the trade without me? I called it out now. We're able to catch it here live. Okay. Okay. We have another thing here. So you took the trade because of break of structure for a buy for continuation. Okay. I don't think you're able to put that together well. So you can type again. I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying, but I want you to type it out well. Okay. That's the recent OB. So another question is, without, anyone watching, would you have been able to take this entry that I just executed in front of you guys right now? Would you have been able to take the entry? Would you have been able to take the entry? So we still have the price pushing. Looking at it from 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute time frame. Okay, our break even should be around 461165 because we have a new break of structure. So if price is still ready to push, I'm following the market back to back, trailing my stop loss like this because I know that price is approaching a supply zone and I wouldn't want it to clear out my position. So that's why I am following it back to back. So if we are still on the right, guys will have to react here and continue to push. So that's what I'll be waiting for. Okay, so but this black line here, this is where my break even is. That is 461165. Okay. So I'm asking the question, if you were the person looking at the chart, would you have been able to take this particular entry? We are currently up $50 right here. So let's see. That's half of what we are looking for. Okay, we are up almost $100. We're pushing almost at TP. Almost at TP. So let's go. So you take your break even to this point right here. $70. Now price is sitting clearly on the fair value gap right here. So we are up $80 right now. Almost at TP. Almost at TP. Okay. Almost at TP. So price is currently okay. We are up $100 right now. It's a massive boost. Now this is the benefit of sticking to the trend. I mean, the probability of your trade going right to your direction is high. Okay. Now you move your break even. We are up $100. Almost at TP. Okay. So let's check what we have from 1 hour. 1 hour, we still have the squeeze on. Okay. A very nice move. This is a continuation move. So you can see the trade, it didn't waste time to give us the money we're looking for. Okay. All right, we're moving. I'm coming, guys. We'll continue with our discussion. But when I have my trade running and I'm close to the chart and I'm looking at the chart, I just make sure I manage my trades well. Let me not be talking on my trade will leave me and go and be doing another thing. Okay. I'm trying to nurture my trade. So nurturing it. So we have our trade is running. We're up currently. We're up. Okay. So we're almost at CP right here. It's a very long move. If price has tapped in here to give me this move, like that's a very decent one. Okay. So we'll take our trade. Okay. A very clean move. A very clean buy to the upside. All right. So you can also see from 4-hour time frame price is around the supply zone. I don't really trust that supply zone. So clean. Okay. Our account is coming back up small. All right. So we'll still position and see if we'll get another setup right here. Okay. So I'm still asking the question. For those of you that are saying you will not be able to take this trade, why? So from this last trade we just took, I think I made $112 from this particular trade, risking around $50. So it's more like a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Yeah. So price is around fair value gap. So, and it has touched, just immediately price touched my break-even line, I had to close my trade because I'm nurturing the trade and I know that the movement is almost done because it started off from here, the movement is done. So I had to nurture following the structure from 1 minute. Okay. Okay, someone said I made 150. Okay. Let me even know, did anyone take the trade with me? Did anyone enter the trade with me? Did anyone enter? I mean, I will explain the setup because I know most of you are still confused on how I was able to take that trade. Because as I was trying to explain something to you guys, I just saw it And this is what you can see how I was very fast to execute my entry, because that is the only thing you need to do for, like, that is the major thing. Let me not say the only thing. That is the major thing you need to do for yourself as a trader. Once you see your setup, I don't know what else you are waiting for. Just getting in. That's the major thing you need to do for yourself as a trader. I will also tell you guys why I did not wait for confirmation and the rest, because normally I have my two entry models. It's either I take an aggressive entry or I take confirmation entry, and I will explain to you guys. But once you see your setup, take your trades. I literally did a lot of things now with this particular trade. So how I was able to take my entry and how I was nurturing it. And I was also giving you guys reasons why I was trading my stop loss back to back following the trade. Because number one, the movement has finished. So it was just a continuation entry. But then let's go one step at a time. For those of you that are saying you will not be able to take this trade, why? Why? And if a beginner, that is still trying to understand the chart, catches this type of entry, I'll just tell the beginner, no, stop calling yourself beginner again. You've gone past that. You've gone past, because not everybody can be able to take this particular entry. And I'll show you guys why. But then it's just due to experience. I've seen this play out countless times on the chart. So that was why immediately I saw it, I picked it up immediately. I was more like, oh, I'm familiar with this. I know this. Let me get in. Okay. Someone is saying, I'm asking, why won't you take the trade? You're saying it's not good for you. As this person said, not good for me. Like, how will you know the one that is good for you and the one that is not good for you? I need you to speak like a trader. Speak like a trader. Look at the chart and tell me, that answer is not good enough. Not good for you. How? Can't say they are afraid of losing money. Okay, I'm saying something. Say you took the trade because price broke above the previous higher high and closed above it. This confirmed a bullish break of structure, suggesting that the existing bullish trend could count. Okay, this makes sense. At least this is a trader's language. So if you're trying to give me answers in the comments, speak like a trader. Don't just drop, not good for me. Okay, another person is asking, you are scalping. I mean, we can classify this trade as a scalp trade because the movement was kind of very fast. And I mean, if we check the time interval, you will notice that it was just a trade off. We just nurtured it within few minutes, just right here, and we're able to make reasonable amount of money. And then let's see. I'm focusing more on those people that stated that they will not be able to take this particular trade. I really want to know why. Because if you don't have any reason, that simply means you don't even know what you're doing. Because if you state that you will not be able to take this particular trade, I mean, if you have your reasons, I can understand, because there are some persons that will sit and be like, okay, this is not good enough. And there are some persons that will still sit and they'll be like, I don't want to jump in because I don't have any reason. You get the point? So someone said the confluences are not intact. Interesting. The confluences are not intact. I was actually waiting for this in the comment, but when I break mine down, we'll know whether the confluences are intact or not. Someone said the confluences are not intact. Okay. Then, which one? Said, I won't take the trade because of the supply zone price tapped in. Okay. But the supply zone was literally my take profit. So price hasn't gotten to the supply zone. Supply zone was literally my take profit. But, okay. So I'm saying, but today is Sunday and next USD is closed. So where are you getting this? I believe this person just joined. So if you're wondering why my old market is opened, have in mind that I'm trading with Vantage, and then with Vantage we have weekend gold and 247 gold stocks and more. So you can trade gold during the weekend. So you just need to search for say USD 247, and you can also scan the code at the top to also join the gold trading competition, the gold trading championship that is ongoing. If you're just joining, I mean, for those that joined yesterday, they already understand what is going on and what we're doing right here. So with Vantage, if you're trading with Vantage, you can be able to trade gold during the weekend 247. So gold market doesn't close with Vantage. All right. Another person said then, I would not have taken the trade because the market broke the overall record structure. I would have waited for a pullback that time. Okay. This is also reasonable. I'll take one more answer, one more reason from those that stated that they will not be able to take this trade, and then after that I will take few reasons from those that have stated that they will be able to take this trade, and then I'll give my explanation. I'm still looking at the chart as I'm talking. If I see another entry, I'll get in, not wasting time. Okay. What else? I need one more reason. Okay. I can see someone said that I will take the trade with my full chest. Interesting. Someone said I won't have taken the trade because all my confidences were unclear. Okay. I'm not aggressive trader. That's why I would wait for confirmation. Okay. So the trend is bullish. I agree, 100% because of the valid breakout structure. The candle closed above with a body, not a wick. But I will not take the trade according to my rules. I will wait for retracement to the OP. Okay. Another person said I won't take the trade because I'll be waiting for pullback, but I might somehow miss that trade, but it's fine. I'll wait for opportunity, no FOMO. That's it. Stick to your rules. You get what I mean? Even with the competition, throughout yesterday, price kept on missing out my entries and moving, but I didn't jump in. No fear of missing out here. Okay, so for those that stated that they will take the trade just like I did, tell me why. Because I know if you don't give me any reason, that simply means I'm going to classify you as you allowed FOMO to take over. So now I want to listen to those that stated that they'll take the trade with me. Why? This is funny. So I will not be able to take the trade because you did not teach me that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So for those that said they will be able to take the trade, what is your reason? What is your reason? Okay. I need your reasons in the comments so we can just take one or two reasons before I explain for you guys. Okay. So we have here, let's check. So it is corresponding with the trend and the momentum is high towards the upside. Okay. And I can see someone is trying to hold me accountable in the comments. He said, you said you are risking $500. Why do you risk $50? So like I said, the leverage on this, my account is kind of low. And I think that's the rule for the competition. So they are seeing what I am willing to risk as an aggressive risk. So the leverage is moderated for the competition. I mean, I kind of explained it when I took the trade. And I love that someone's trying to hold me accountable. That is what, a trading community can do for you. You are very observant for that, because most people were just paying attention to the trade. Okay? So which one? Which one? I'm still seeing reasons for those that are saying that they will not be able to take the trade. I want to know those that were able to take the trade with me. What did you see? Okay, as I'm waiting for you guys, you can see what fair value gap is trying to do here. That was why I ran away from this particular trade after price touched my break even. So price is avoiding this supply, and fair value gap is trying to retrace this. It's trying to retrace this. So let's see. If fair value gap should retrace it, is either it taps into this zone again and will buy again, or maybe this point. But I don't really trust this point that much, but let's see, because of where the market is trying to drop from. Or let's see. Okay. Nobody is giving me so I said just guessing. I don't encourage that. You don't guess when trading. You don't do that, or else you will throw away a lot of money. Say just guessing. I won't be able to catch the move. But maybe because it closed above the 15 minutes, then give me okay. I don't think I was able to understand that. Okay. So I will take a trade if it retraces. Okay, I think this is still from those that are saying they will not take the trade. Okay, I took the trade because of the general breakup structure. Then I went to the lower time frame, saw the retracement, which gave me a confirmation why I entered the trade. Okay. And this one said the reason is because that general breakup structure is a clear indication that price is pushing up. You see that general breakup structure? I mean, the two answers I read now, very clear, very straight to the point. That general breakup structure that happened is a very big confirmation. Now, let me explain. You see that general breakup structure. Other breakup structures we've been tapping in are just inside the movement. Now, if you check what we have on gold, you guys, you can remember this particular breakup structure to the downside that delayed most of our entries yesterday. This particular key zone right here. This particular key zone right here, this key zone that delayed most of our entries yesterday, that price kept on fighting. So for the buyers, and now you can see the first candle. When the market came to this key zone, you can see it broke, but that was a weak rejection break. Let me zoom in. It broke, but that was a weak rejection break. And then you can see a little fight before the impulsive move. So this fight right here is actually what's indicated that price is actually ready to break this point. Now, after price got here, gave us this weak rejection break, another candlestick opened and cleared the structure. And as you can see, when I saw the entry, when I mapped out this particular breakout structure, because another thing you need to understand is when you have a key zone, before you just rush in to take an aggressive entry from that key zone, you need to understand the structure market is creating. So this fight right here indicated that the buyers are ready to break this zone. So this zone is not ready to introduce sellers. So immediately I saw the break, that was an indication that the movement is, about to finish up by pushing to this point, because you can see where the buy started from. So that's a continuation entry. And this fight here simply indicates that price is ready to break and continue to push to the upside, maybe to the nearest key zone, and not this one. This one is not strong enough to hold it. Now, looking at it from 5 minutes, when I saw that fight, if you look at it from 15 minutes, you may not see that clearly. For the beginners, but advanced traders, when you look at it, you may be able to point out what I'm saying. But for the beginners, you may not see it clearly. So when I took my entry, I went straight to 5 minutes. Now 5 minutes gave me a clearer view there. You can see that I have this tiny breakout structure right here, which is still around that zone. Now you can see the general breakout structure line is here, but inside the move, we got this tiny breakout structure right here, this tiny breakout structure right here. And this tiny breakout structure, where is the origin? See the origin right here, which price tapped in, and that was why I got in. That was why I got in. Let me remove this position too, so you will see it. For most of you, they were saying all the confluences were not intact. See the breakout structure right here, see the origin. Is that clear? Is that clear now? Is it clear now? Is it clear? I want to see one thing in the comments. Let me know those that will be able to point it out. Someone is saying no liquidity taken out. Okay, interesting. I mean, for the trade, I would not be able to rate the trade, although the trade was able to play out in my favor. And like I said, this is because I have seen this happen countless times whenever market wants to clear a key zone. I mean, I've been on the charts, I've been looking at the charts for 6 years, but I have 6 years experience. So I document my trades and I know things that I've seen. You get it? But that's why I'm saying that beginners may not be able to catch this type of movement for now. But if you continue, you will know. You'll be able to point it out. So the only thing that was actually missing from this our entry was liquidity. But why I jumped in, number one, the general zone was broken and is a continuation entry. So as far as the buyers were able to clear that key zone, it's indicated more push to the upside. And as you can see, I closed right here and price is still finding it difficult to break above that zone. I see reasons for that, and I expected someone to ask me, how were you able to close at this point? And immediately you closed, price started retracing from there. I mean, most of the times when you're sticking to it, it may look like magic, but then it's not. If you just need to work with what you see on the chart. You just need to work with what you see on the chart. Okay? That is clear, right? Is it clear? So let's check. Let's move this one like this. Let's check if there are still possible entries for us. Someone is saying it's not clear. I mean, for the beginners, it may be very difficult for you to understand, but with time. I mean, the video is also recorded, so after the section, you can come back to this particular point and listen to it again and look at it. And then when trading, you will be able to point that out. Okay, so let's check if we have more setups together. What else can we wait for again? I mean, price is around this supply zone. Okay, so before I break down what I may most likely be positioning for, let me also ask you guys, from what we have now, what will you be waiting for? From what we have now, what will you be waiting for? From what we have on the chart now, we're looking at 15 minutes time frame. What will you be waiting for? Let me hear from you guys first. Someone say possible sell. Interesting. Remember, you don't just give me your answers by just saying I'll buy, I'll sell. I mean, if I'm doing that, then you will not be able to understand, why I take my trades. I will just tell you guys, okay, I'm buying, I'm selling. And you'll be wondering, okay, why are you buying? Why are you selling? I give you guys a very clean explanation on reasons why I take my trades. So I want to hear from you guys now. What will you be waiting for? If you are stating that you will take a sell, you give me reasons. If you're also stating that you will take a buy, you give me reasons. Even when your setup is correct, if you don't have reasons for whatever you're doing, I will take it as if you are guessing. And as a trader, you should not be guessing. You should have reasons for whatever thing you're doing. Someone said I'll be waiting for a correctional move. From where to where? It should sell once it hits your POI or the other block you marked out because it has packed the necessary liquidity below. Interesting. Okay. We have this a retracement to continue with the buy because the market is bullish. Okay. This is also another point of view. Okay. Then we have this. So I'll wait for retest to 15 minutes of the block. Okay. The other person, I will sell because there is inducement, liquidity, and fair value gap. From where? Inducement, liquidity, and fair value. Interesting. Interesting. Let's be checking. Let's check. Someone said I will be waiting for correctional move because of the supply zone where it is right now. Okay. I saw one answer in the comment now. A sell because we've tapped into a supply zone and it's showing sign of rejection. Sign of rejection. What do you mean by sign of rejection? What makes up, a sign of rejection? Few more answers, then I will explain what I have. Let's check. And it's looking as if most of you are just sticking to a sell. Have you guys forgotten about our trend? Because that is it. Most of you will go and do top-down analysis, and from the higher time frame, you will see that the market is bullish. But then when you come down to our entry time frame, you are seeing another trend, and then you will, out of the blues, forget about the general trend and now focus on what you are seeing from the lower time frame. You may be seeing all the confluences intact, but then when you take the trade, the market will stop you out, and you'll be wondering, but I'm doing the right thing. What is wrong? That's because you totally forgot about what? The trend. Okay, so let's break the charts down together. Now we're going to look at the daily time frame again. We still have all our map outs intact. So now, from the daily time frame, the question I'm going to ask you guys now from the daily time frame, although our drawing is kind of making it, a little bit rough right here, but just check where the current market price is. So from the daily time frame, are we bullish or bearish? I want to ask you guys a question. From the daily time frame, are we still bullish or are we turning bearish? Are we turning bearish? From the daily time frame, are we bullish or Are we bearish? So we are still bullish, right? Okay, we're still bullish. Now, from 4-hour time frame, let's look at 4-hour time frame. Now, from 4-hour time frame, are we bullish or are we bearish? From 4-hour time frame, are we bullish or are we bearish? Let me hear from you guys too. What do we have from 4-hour time frame? Someone say aggressively bullish. Oh my God. We're bullish from 4-hour time frame, right? Okay, let's move straight to 1 hour now. Now let's look at 1 hour. From 1 hour, are we bullish or bearish? We're looking at 1 hour now. From 1 hour time frame, are we bullish or bearish? We are still bullish, right? Okay, so now let's look at 30 minutes. Now from 30 minutes time frame, are we bullish or are we bearish? From 30 minutes time frame, are we bullish or are we bearish? We are still bullish, right? Interesting. Okay, so now we'll go to 15 minutes. Now from 15 minutes, are we bullish or are we bearish? From 15 minutes, are we bullish or are we bearish? So we are still what? Bullish. So what should we be looking out for? I mean, we literally did our top-down analysis right now. So what should we be looking out for? Since we're bullish, what should we be looking out for? I mean, the rules are very simple, but then to follow it, that is where the problem comes in. That is where the problem comes in. So, since all of you are stating in the comments that we are still bullish, what should we be looking out for? A buy, right? Okay, so now let's break down the charts. We are still very bullish. So the probable entries or probable point of interest should be more of a buy position. And since we are still very bullish, obviously for price to, come into any origin we are waiting for, that simply means that we need to get a correctional move. And for a correctional move to happen, it must tap into a key zone, whether a fair value gap or a resistance level if the market is pushing up, or a supply zone. You get the point. So now we have from 15 minutes, where are the possible point of interest? Now from 15 minutes, if we are looking for all the possible point of interest, we have this one, but we cannot be waiting for price here because it is very far, so it's pending. We also have this one, but we cannot be waiting for price here because what? It is price is very far from it. And now we have this one mitigated. So inside here, we also have this one. We cannot also say that we need to be waiting for price here because price is very far from it. So it's pending. And that does not make all these origins invalid because at the end of the day, price can still come back. So they are just there. They're pending, but we need to focus on the current trend. Now, from here, this is an internal breakup structure, which gave us this particular, we have this other block right here. You get the point. So should we be waiting for price here? There is possibility that price can come back into the zone, but from where the market is reacting to, we'll do what? We'll leave it pending too. I get the point. And now we have this general break of structure. Now from this general break of structure, where is the other block? You guys should answer before price will get to the other block I want you guys to map out. So from this general block of structure, where is the other block? Do we have another block there? So I think that should be the right way to put the question. This general block of structure, do we have another block that price may most likely get back into and the buyers will keep buying, or should we just wait for this? Do you think we have something, a possible point of interest right here, or should we wait for this? Yes, I've been able to put the question well now. So do you think we should wait for this? Following the current structure, do you think we should wait for price right here, or do we have something here that we should pay attention to? Someone say a hidden order block. Interesting. Do you think there is something here we should pay attention to, or we should just be patient enough to wait for price right here? So let me check. Someone said we have something there. Okay, if you think, now the question has branches. So if you want us to wait for it here, then don't bother about, trying to answer the other branch of the question. But then if you think we have something here, then what is that? What is that? Someone said, yes, you marked it already. It may still be there, but you don't know whether I'm about to take it off. So I want to know. Okay, someone said we should go to the lower time frame and take that. I'm asking you what is there. Someone is saying liquidity, and you are laughing because you know that what you've stated is wrong. That's why you are laughing. Okay. Okay. Someone said the first one. Why? Because it is a valid order block with Western liquidity there. Interesting. I like the fact that most of you can see. That is it. You need to patiently open your eyes to see what is happening on the chart. Because, sometimes most of you will be looking at the chart and you're wondering what is going on. What is going on? But you don't know what is going on. But something is happening. People are packing money, but you are just watching everything play out without you. Okay. What's the next one? So we should wait for the last one because the first one will be the liquidity price should sweep before tapping in. I agree with you. I agree with you, but there's still something. I mean, that's why I stated that if you are waiting for it here, then there is no stress at all. Just put your pending order and go and sleep. But then if you think there is something here, because for this one, you can see I've already mapped it out as liquidity. I've already mapped this place out as liquidity price will have to clear to tap into this one. But then if you think that there is something here, then tell me what you think is there. So if you're among those waiting for price here, I believe this answer, does it for you. And you are right. Following our strategy, you're right. We have every reasons to wait for price here. I mean, if the momentum is very high, this is where I will most likely no stress at all because everything is intact. A very clean setup at that. But then if you think there is something here, tell me. Someone is throwing back the question at me. It's asking me, is it breaker block? And me, I don't know. You tell me. Okay, another person. So I will patiently wait for the extreme OB with liquidity but I will wait for a confirmation on the other OB. Oh, so you are telling me that there is an OB there. Okay. Let's check before I tell you guys what I am seeing. Okay, another person is telling me you joined the first move to the upside. Now we should wait for the retracement move at the same place you joined the initial move. Interesting. You are seeing something. Okay. All right. So I'll point something out and then I'll also throw another question. So like I said, then waiting for price here is valid. This is also what a valid setup. But then before we call this place, and overlook it, before we call it liquidity and overlook it just like that, let's look at it. A general break of structure happened there. Now, why I don't just want to look away from this point is because this is a general break of structure. So let me ask you guys the question again. A general break of structure and a general break of structure and an internal break of structure, which one is stronger? A general break of structure and an internal break of structure, which one is stronger? A general break of structure and an internal break of structure, which one do you think is stronger? Yeah. So the general one. So that's why I don't want to look away from what is happening here. But then there will be a way price will move and then come here. Then I will now position here because this is the most recent. You get the point? But now I don't just want to close my eyes to this point because I got a general break of structure from there. So a general break of structure is, from my own perspective and from how I've been taking my trades, I know that a general break of structure is stronger than an internal break of structure. Internal break of structures, yes, your entries are there. You will be catching it. When the market is moving, the internal break of structures will help you do what? Catch more entries. You will catch more entries and be adding positions because you can see this particular push to the upside started from here. It started from here after price tapped into this key zone. It started from here. And from there, it started giving us internal break of structures. The internal break of structures will help you do what? Nurture your trade, know why you are holding your trade, and be following back to back. But then, if you have taken this trade, this key zone would have been, if we had taken an entry from here, this key zone would have been, a probable point of, for our take profit. But now we've gotten a general break of structure from there, or we can even call it from this particular break of structure that occurred here. We can even call it a change of character. So we've gotten a general break, So there is an origin there that we should not overlook that price will most likely get into. And now from 15 minutes, this is where the origin is. We have this origin right here. Right here. You get the point? So price will most likely give us this retracement into this zone and still push. And our take profit will still be at this point of, this supply zone. So let's view from 5 minutes. So this is what it looks like from 5 minutes. So 5 minutes will have a more refined order block right here. You get the point? So another question. Which one deserves a confirmation entry and which one deserves an aggressive entry? That's another question now. Which one deserves a confirmation entry and which one deserves an aggressive entry? So I want to know those. If you've been following most of the videos I drop here, my channel, then you should understand the angle I'm going to now. Some persons are very funny. Somebody said, I will just wait for your setup. So you don't even care about all this breakdown. You don't even want to do it from your own side. You will just wait for my setup. Once I say buy, you buy. Interest. You don't like stress. Oh my God. So which one deserves a confirmation entry and which one deserves an aggressive entry? Which one? Okay. You see, the first one with confirmation, the second one not to tear lot size. So I said the first one. Oh my God. Okay, the invisible one up there deserves a confirmation entry. So the general BOS deserves confirmation because of liquidity, and the internal deserves aggressive because of liquidity and the way price comes. So the okay, interesting, interesting. Now I like the fact that you guys know what to do, because most of you, you know what to do, but you're not doing it. You're not doing it. Yeah, have you seen those that will be very serious here, trying to trade, trying to grab one or two, trying to learn, and they will not take their own side seriously. Because tell me why someone will be telling me one is aggressive, two is conservative. Where did that come from now? Hmm? Where did that come from? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten the answers I need in comments. This one now, if price is coming here, we'll need a confirmation entry. And then here, an aggressive entry. You get the point. You get the point. But now, why? I tell you guys that once it's once it comes to my trading, I have reasons for everything I do, including where I put my take profit, where I put my stop loss, where I put my break even, everything I do, where I take my entries, where I go off, like everything I do. So that's why you see me throw all these questions to you guys so that you will understand how to approach it. You don't do things blindly. And then when you check all your reasons and you notice that they are not there, you do what? You calm down. Someone is already telling me that the price is leaving. So what do you want to do? You want to jump in? We don't do that here. Okay? So another question I'm going to ask you guys, because most of you now, most of you stated that we need to wait for confirmation for the first one. Good. That is it. Me too, I'll wait for confirmation for the first one. And then we'll take an aggressive entry from the second one. Good. Now, another question I'm going to ask you guys. Why should we wait for confirmation for the first one? Why? I mean, let's say you've given me this setup now, and I'm a beginner trying to follow your trades, trying to understand this trading thing, to know the next line of action. And you've given me this trade with these arrows like this, and you're telling me the first one will wait for confirmation, the second one will go for an aggressive entry. And I'm more like, why? Why can't we just enter? Why am I waiting for confirmation entry for the first one? So who can give me reasons for that? Who can tell me why we should wait for confirmation there? Someone said the liquidity isn't clear. I don't think that is. Another person is straight to the point. He does not want to waste time because I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I mean, that can be a thing. You get it? But now, if you keep working, I want you to answer like a trader. I mean, this can be a thing, but this is not giving a trader's answer, because if you're looking for trades you will trust, you will not find anyone, because you're most likely not going to trust almost all your setups if you are waiting for the one you will trust. You get the point? So this can be a thing, but let's take that aside and wait for the trading language. Okay? Okay. Another person said, you may be the liquidity. Okay. That is there, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Another person said, it's in the premium zone. Okay. Now, this language now is for advanced traders. I need someone that will break it down for beginners, or someone that is trying to understand trade. Because if I'm a total beginner, you're telling me it's at the premium zone, I'll be looking at you like this. What do you mean by premium zone, please? And you will start taking us to another topic altogether. I need someone that will break it down. I mean, when you listen to me, I try my best to break it down in a way everyone will understand. So I need someone that will do that. Okay. Now, I said the momentum of the sellers is very strong. It could push price back to the second one. Okay, this is a thing too. This is a thing. This is a thing. But the momentum of the sellers, we've not seen that yet. So I don't know where you are seeing the strong momentum. But I mean, you were trying. You made a point there, but the momentum is not there yet because the only momentum we can see now is that of the buyers, which is very strong. Okay. Another person saying because is the close area of interest. Oh, I don't know what you mean there. I do not know. Okay, another person, there might be a change of character. It has not occurred. So how will you determine that? And I can see most of you are focusing more on there is no liquidity. It's obvious now. Are you guys not seeing it? Are you guys not seeing reasons why? Okay, someone say price is expensive at that point. So for most of you that were wondering what, because I opened up one answer when someone stated it's at the premium zone. So this is the meaning of that premium zone. So price is at the expensive point. I mean, that can be a thing too, but it's obvious now. It's looking at us like, if I ask you questions, it's on the chat. Everything is on the chat. You just need to look at the chat and answer. Okay. So let me check. Is anybody getting it? Let's check. I'm seeing another one. Which one is there? Is a magnet again? Where is that answer? Where is this answer? I saw one answer and I'm wondering where there is magnet again. People have trading terms though. How did magnets enter? I said there's a magnet zone to wait for. Interesting. I mean, the magnets may most likely be your order block or something. Well, I know that there are lots of trading terms here and there. Magnet, interesting. Price might want to retrace to the extreme zone. I mean, price can decide to do anything. You get the point? Price can decide to do it. Price can still come to this extreme zone and decide to break below, to continue to the downside. Price can decide to do it. So that is not enough reason. You need to have reasons because that's why most of you miss out on your entries because you are trying to, kind of, let me not use the word deceive, or you are just trying to convince yourself that you're waiting for confirmation when you don't know why you're waiting for confirmation. I mean, I just agreed with you guys that for the first point of interest, we'll wait for confirmation. And me, I know why I'll wait for confirmation. But most of you are telling me your reasons, but I don't think that is, good enough. You may have your reasons, but I don't think that is the reason why we should wait for confirmation. But it's literally on the chart. Okay? Someone says, since we've marked the liquidity and the first OB is sitting close to the liquidity, it's not liquidity. I know most of you are emphasizing on this liquidity. It's not liquidity. It's not liquidity. However, same price is overbought. Oh, where is that? I tried to click on that. Yeah, this is it. Say price is overbought. This reminds me of when I was taking trades with RSI. Overbought, you sell. Oversold, you buy. Interesting. But that's not the reason. Okay. So let me give you guys hints of why, I will be waiting for confirmation. Where is price reacting to currently? Where is price reacting to currently? I mean, that should give you a clue. Where is price reacting to currently? I mean, with this other hint and this other question, that should give you reasons why we need to wait for confirmation. Where is price reacting to currently? And the supply zone. So since price is reacting to a supply zone, how strong is that supply zone? Are you seeing what I'm seeing, or are we on the same page now? Are we on the same page right now? Or are we on the same page right now? Are we on the same page right now? So for those of you saying yes, that we're on the same page, now explain it. Explain it for those that are still trying to understand. If you think we are on the same page right now, explain. If you think we are on the same page, explain. If you think we are on the same page, explain. Okay, someone said the supply zone. Say the supply zone is from higher time frame and the variance. Okay, I mean, I took you guys to that side so that you will know why we need to wait for confirmation right here. Know why we need to wait for confirmation right here. Okay. Please, can you guys tell me what is this? What is this? Someone is saying because we've not flipped to another page yet. Oh my god. I just pray you're understanding what we are doing here. Because we oh god. Interesting. Okay. For most of you that say that we are on the same page, you have not given me the correct explanation though. Okay, so let me explain because of our time. Let me explain. Now, why I will not be taking an aggressive entry here is because we have a supply zone that is very close to this particular zone. So there is possibility that price will do what? Tap into this supply zone and then bring down a very aggressive move here. So this supply zone can, engineer a very strong sell, or it can introduce sellers to a point that they will come in aggressively and break this zone. Maybe when we now get here, that's now where the buyers will come in again. So I am only waiting for confirmation because we have a supply zone very close to this particular point of interest. So if price should tap in here, you can see we're already getting this push again. So it can tap in here and then, because you can, if you check, this is another block. So price can tap in here and bring in a very strong move. So I wouldn't want to work with an aggressive entry here because there's possibility that the sellers can break once it taps into this point, and then it can bring in, if you can see where, when the sellers came in here, the type of move they dished out here. So that's why if price should tap in here, I'll go to 5 minutes and check the reaction and work with confirmation. Is that clear now? Did anybody give this type of explanation? Did anybody give this type of explanation? Did you? Did anybody give this type of explanation? Anyone? Someone said yes, but with different terms. Okay. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. If you say so. Okay. So price is still within this zone, and this is most likely that's the next thing we'll be waiting for. So even if we don't get to take the entry here live, because we just have a few minutes to go, if we don't get to take the entry here live, if price should come here, we'll work with confirmation, then here an aggressive entry. So let's see how it goes. And I know most of you may be wondering, why am I not looking to catch a drop from this point? I mean, I will calm down and observe before I will also position for a sell. So if price should tap in here, I'm not looking to take an aggressive entry for a sell. I will be taking a confirmation entry, because you know that we are what? Bullish. We are still bullish. Okay, so having in mind that the Go Trading Championship, the Go Trading competition, it is still ongoing. At the top, you'll see the QR code, scan to join the competition. These are the prizes right here. I mean, if you take your trades and you see yourself ranked as the first person on the list, you have $50,000 in your pocket. If you see yourself ranked as the second, you have $20,000 in your pocket. And then if you see yourself ranked as the third, you have $16,000 in your pocket. And then if you're from 4th to 10th position, you have $2,000 each in your pocket. So we are looking out for generally 10 winners. So you can scan and do what? Register. If you just have a phone that you're watching this particular live with, you can click the link in the description to do what? Register and sign. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so we still have our trades to wait for, so we'll just calm down, no rush at all. We'll have our trades to wait for. Okay, so before I wrap up the section, tell me what you've been able to grab from today's section. So tell me, what have you been able to grab from today's section? For those of you asking for the competition rules, it's simple. Just focus more on trading XAUUSD247 and then make a deposit. The minimum deposit is $100. You can still deposit more than that. And for me, I'm in with $5,000. So you can deposit $100 and you just start trading. And the ranking is based on the person with the highest profit percentage. So let's see how it goes. You may stand a chance to do what? Win something for yourself. And for most of you that are complaining about funds, imagine, funding $100 and then you end up, getting something higher than that. You may see yourself ranked as the first. You get the point? So let's see how it goes. So scan the code we have here, or you do what? You click the link in the description to get in. So what did you learn from? Someone said, I discovered the type of trader that I am. Please, we would like to know the type of trader that you are. What did you discover? We would like to know. So what did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? I want to hear from you guys. Another person said, you close your trade early, now price is on the way to your TP. I mean, I was nurturing based on the structure. You get the point. So I explained why, let me use the word, ran away from the trade, because that was, a continuation move, and viewing from 1 minute time frame, I was following according to the structure. So that was why I closed as price was pushing. But it was around here, so still very close to take profit. I was nurturing the trade because of this supply zone, that supply zone right there. So I didn't really trust the move. So when price tapped into the fair value gap, I had to run away. Okay. So viewing the structure from 1 minute, you can see price after this long move, it still came back to this point and it's trying to recover. But there is no pressure at all. No pressure. Okay. So what else? What else? Someone said, I learned you should look both ways before crossing. Oh my God. If you relate this to trading, it's actually making sense. But I hope you are talking about trading. I just hope you are talking about trading. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Someone said, now I understand when and how to enter a trade if aggressive or confirmation. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. All right. So another person. So I've learned how important it is to wait emotionless for one's entry confirmation before going in. Okay. Interesting. Another person. Now I understand the setup doesn't have to be beautiful to be complete. Oh my God. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Another person, I learned no pressure. No pressure at all. That's how I say that to myself all the time. Sometimes I'll be waiting for my setup and the market is just doing as if it's running away. I'll just, we are all human beings. You get the point. But when it comes to the emotion, of trading, the anxiety that comes with trading, how we get to control it differ. So that's why you see a lot of persons are still finding it difficult to control their own and it's affecting their results. But now when you see those that are able to control theirs, you will notice that it does not affect their result. And so it depends on how you control yours. So me, when I see all those things happening, I just calm myself down by telling myself what? No pressure at all. Calm down. No pressure at all. Calm down. No pressure. Even when sometimes I'll take trades and then it will just go against me. No pressure at all. Calm down. No pressure. I know most of you, sometimes when you take a trade and you hit a loss, you will be so devastated that you'll be wondering what is going on. What is going on? So say to yourself today, no pressure at all. The market is going to open fully, today. So be active, stick to your rules, and know what pressure at all. Okay? So what else? Learns there is more opportunities in the market and to stop forcing trades. Interesting, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, just say to yourself, drop that in the comment section so that those that joined late, when they are watching, they'll be able to know the key word for us today. So drop that in the comment section. No pressure at all. No pressure. Before we burn the comment section, we're not burning the comment section yet. But before we burn that, type that in the comment section. No pressure at all. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. I want to say that in the comment section. No pressure at all. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. So when you see yourself about to go off your rules, or you notice that what you are doing is not what you've planned to do, you remember the word no pressure at all. No pressure at all. No pressure. No pressure. Calm down. No pressure at all. You get the point? So I want that in the comment. No pressure at all. You calm down. So that's what you need. You use it to remind yourself, okay, I I plan to do this. I need to stick to my strategy. I don't need to rush in. No pressure at all. Calm down. I don't need to rush in. No pressure at all. So as you're taking your trades, because the anxiety will come in, everything will come in, both the words that will be speaking to you, it will come in. No pressure at all. You get the point? All right, traders. So that will be all for today. So have it in mind that for those of you, because I've been seeing in the comments, most of you are asking, why is your market open? It's because I'm trading with Vantage, and with Vantage we have weekend gold, 247 gold. Stocks are more all in one place with Vantage. You get the point? So we have gold trading. Gold is open 247 if you're trading with Vantage. So scan the code. Don't forget, join the gold trading time. I'll be happy if one of you should be on the list of winners. You get the point? All right. So let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now. But before I end, burn the comment section. Go ahead and burn the comment section. Bye for now.